Hi, folks. Welcome down to Heard It on the X, the East Coast premier music talk show. My name is Rich Rogenmoser, and we have a show and a half for you today. I want to welcome Josh down, the doctor.
I feel like it's been forever since we've been on the air.
We went on for Easter.
We had off for Easter,
yeah.
And it feels like so much has happened since then that it feels like a whole year has passed since we've done anything together.
Well, like I say, I like coming back from a vacation with a stellar show, and this is a stellar show. In the second hour of the show, we got Nils Lofgren joining us. We also have the band Whiskey Reverb, who's a winner of the Hard Rock competition. We've had a couple of these winners on. They're trying to get votes, and we're going to tell you how to vote for them. They're going to go over to England if they win and play with
whoever is playing with the Hard Rock Calling. A couple years ago, we had More Than Me on, which was a Buffalo band.
Oh, I'm so glad Josh is here.
Yeah, because I remember these things. More Than Me won, and they got to go over and they played the Hard Rock Calling. I believe it was the year Springsteen played. And it was Springsteen.
No, it was Paul McCartney.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Stevie Wonder was there, Pearl Jam was there,
right.
But they played on the same stage in front of 80,000 people or something.
And the one kid was afraid he was going to throw up on Paul McCartney.
Yeah, because he was such a big McCartney fan that he was playing opening pretty much for McCartney, and
he was brilliant though, as I remember, because I remember him telling us that he had already procured the .com. I puked on Paul.com.
Yeah,
just in case it
Just
happened.
in case. That's a good idea.
A really smart idea.
That's planning ahead.
Photos of some kind of it. But the first hour of the show that's all going to be in the second hour, which that's enough for two shows right there. But the first hour of the show, my all-time favorite Buffalo guy is here, Mark Valentino. Actually, he's a Brooklyn guy. But he's still my all-time favorite Buffalo transplant. And he's got his new project in. We're loaded with Buffalo music legends right now in the studio. Their sound check just blew me away. This is going to be a brilliant band, a new band called Eli, and we're going to be talking to them right after the first commercial break. And this is going to be an exciting project. I'm really excited about this project that they're doing.
Yeah, they sound phenomenal. We just went through sound check with them, and they're still sound checking.
It's funny because we're in here, and Kim Marie, the lovely Kim Marie, is listening to their sound check, and she's like, we're going to their first show. so this is going to be really good. I mean, I'm so excited about this. This is a really exciting day here. I need to talk about a couple things that's been going on. One, we went to the Springsteen show, so we're going to be doing a Bruce review.
I got to review the Jersey shows, too, because that's how long we've been gone.
I know. I got to talk real quickly because I was out of town. And, everybody that listens to the show knows that I can't stand the TSA at all anymore.
No.
Their purpose, they serve no purpose to me. They're just military bullies that are just creeping around in ladies' luggage, digging through their panties and whatnot. And that's really what they're doing. So I'm not a big fan. Every time I travel anymore, Kim and I see weirder and weirder things. If you remember the story I told you about the poor gentleman who had Alzheimer's,
yeah,
and they just basically bullied this guy, separated him from his wife, and then bullied him. He didn't understand anything they were saying. That was bad enough. This next installment of the Toilet Safety Administration is even worse. Kim and I separated because we felt we would get more news by separating and going through separate.
That's very smart of you.
Yeah,
I wouldn't think of something like that.
We're reporters in the field. So in Kim's line, she's with this woman. How old was the woman? Late 60s?
70.
And she was a Caucasian woman. Definitely, you could tell from the way she spoke, she was definitely born in America.
Yep.
Probably not a chance that she's going to be committing a terrorist.
Or anything.
Yeah, pretty good chance. I mean, if you got to look at it,
I've hinged my bets on a 70-year-old woman who is clearly, born and raised in the USA.
First thing they do, and you are a young man, you don't understand this, but any woman over the age of, I'm going to say 35 out there understands this. The very first thing that they did is they made her take off her jacket, her very thin jacket, Ed Hardy type jacket, like
she's 70 and rocking an Ed Hardy.
No,
I don't think it was Ed Hardy, but a very, very thin material. However, the funny thing is, Kim Marie was the next person in line with the identical jacket, but identical weight jacket. However, way more stylish. You know that.
No, of course.
Kim Marie.
It probably had bedazzle.
Yeah, for sure. Kim Marie didn't have to take her jacket off. Well, the lady was very self-conscious about her arms because that's what happens to women. They get self-conscious about their arms.
Yeah.
So the woman's already feeling uncomfortable because they made her take her jacket off, which makes no sense. Then they scanned her carry-on, and wouldn't you know what's inside there? Mott's applesauce little snack pack things.
Oh, God. Those will blow up anything.
Yeah, you know as well as I do, if you want to bring down a plane, the first thing that you want to bring on there is the Mott's applesauce.
Number 2, pancakes.
For sure. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I hope nobody has pancakes.
Because then we're going to be really
Done. So they stop the lady and they bring her to the side. They make her feel uncomfortable. They've already got her arms exposed. They're looking at her little snack packs of applesauce, and she explains, I have to eat when I take my medication. Well, the TSA guy, and probably IQ of the average TSA guy, I'm going to guess, is between 90 and 102. And they want him that way, by the way. They want him dumb and obedient. They really do.
Yeah.
So they'll actually implement these stupid rules. But what they did is the guy told her, because obviously the TSA guy had a PhD, was a doctor. He said, you can take your medication now or you can take it after the flight. Very good, don't you think?
No, that seems
plausible. The doctor's giving her a script and he's going to tell her administer them. Isn't that nice?
That's very nice of him.
So they threw away her applesauce. That was Kim Marie's line. My line, I felt, was even better. I had a couple in front of me, both of them in their 70s. They were going back down to their place in Florida. This is a regular procedure for them, going back and forth, back and forth. The husband, it seems, is a lot like me and complains when he's on a flight that he doesn't like the little thing of pretzels and he doesn't like the cheese and cracker thing. He wants his own stuff. So his wife, who's very much like Kim Marie, a very nice lady, stops at a bakery to surprise him.
Oh, don't tell me she brought pancakes.
No. She had a bakery box, the white bakery box with the little flappy thing that goes up on one side and it's connected on the other. Yeah. She's got that box. Well, they saw that in the x-rays. And they pull her to the side, her and her husband. And they've got her to the side, and they've got her little bakery box open, and I'm assuming that she had pastries in there, maybe even cheese-loaded pastries.
Maybe even
by far the most dangerous.
Maybe even filled with some sort of gasoline inside of them.
Sure, yeah, there could have been an explosive, you know. There's a lot of exploding pastries, and people don't realize it. Yeah. So she was also not allowed to go through because of the pastries. And I'm happy to report, too, that while we were watching this happen, we were also watching all the people that were going through with AK-47s, because the TSA was, they were distracted by the applesauce and the pastries.
Wouldn't you be?
And the one thing that I said to myself as I got on the plane is, thank God there's going to be no pastries or applesauce on my flight.
Can I just tell you something? Back to the woman with the medication. Yeah. I mean, I don't fly as much as you, but I mean, I fly a fair amount. I mean, I'm a young man. I'm also a type 1 diabetic. I fly with needles all the time because I have to. I mean, I need my medication. Never been stopped. Never once have I been questioned, stopped, or, anything with the needles. But, this guy's got the woman's got applesauce, this guy's got some pastries.
I'm going to tell a story right now that's the truth, and we're going to finish the rest of all the news that we have at the end of the show, including the Bruce reviews. How's that? I have the funniest story in the world, and I have to change the names to protect the guilty. Okay? Now, you know as well as I do, I have friends in very low places from all kind of different states.
Can I stop you before this goes any further?
Sure.
Commercial break, I need the real names, but continue.
Okay. And you know this person that I'm going to say this about. And actually, he had enough guts to come on the air. We just went on vacation. This story is the funniest story I've ever heard in my life. I have been at war with the TSA since the inception of the body scanners.
Yes, you have.
If you go to my Facebook page, I put a whole bunch of crazy stuff up there. Some engineer kid from MIT, he was looking at the full body scanners, looking at the X-ray image that comes out, and he noticed that the background is black, your body is white. In other words,
I've seen that.
You tape a gun to yourself and against your skin, and you're going to be able to see.
The gun shows up, against my skin, but I saw the video you're referring to.
His theory was if I sew some pockets on my side, I can prove that these full body scanners do not work if I sew some pockets on a loose shirt.
Yeah.
So he sewed a pocket on a loose shirt, walked through with metal. His theory was I can prove to you that the metal detectors were actually better because the metal detectors would have caught me.
Well, because you didn't specify a weapon or metal shows up as black.
No.
So does the background.
If it's against your skin, it'll show up as black. But yeah, exactly.
But if it's on the side, it's black on black, and you can't tell.
Black on black, exactly. Much like the Dylan album, Blonde on Blonde, but it's black on black.
It's black on black.
So this kid goes through LAX, he went through Los Angeles International, he went through another international and Cleveland International. He did all these airports up, same exact way. I have a friend who comes into town, and he lives in Northern California, and he makes his living growing medical marijuana.
I know who we're talking about.
Okay, very good. So I will see him occasionally. He comes to my gigs, so I never know when he's in town unless he shows up and he sits in once in a while, and he's a great guy, he's a lot of fun, and where he lives, he can make a living doing that. The rest of the country he can't.
Yeah.
So I seen him at a gig that I played recently, and I said, "Hey, Mr. X, I didn't know that you were in town." And he said, "I just got here from the airport. I owe you some money." And I said, "You owe me money? I mean, why would you owe me money?" I mean, actually, I
you sell them some
don't
stuff?
smoke pot or anything like that, so there's no way that this would happen.
Yeah.
But he goes, I looked at your video on Facebook, and I was able to go through the TSA with 2 pounds of weed. 2 pounds of weed. And I said, you are lying. He said, come on out to the car, bro. Took me out to his car, opened up his trunk, and he had one that was vacuum sealed, and the other one that he opened up because he partakes a lot.
He had to partake.
And he came right from the airport. 2 pounds of weed.
I just hope that's...
No applesauce, though.
I hope no one else sees that, you know.
I hope everybody sees it.
No, I just mean I hope that information doesn't fall in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
Because you'll have applesauce all over a plane. Just moss.
So next time Nana wants to get her applesauce on the plane, she's got to sew a pocket. And they're good at that. Usually older women are good at sewing and darning socks and whatnot.
That's true.
So
she could start her own business, sort of just making a jacket.
So this is what I've done. I have gone, and on the black market, I have purchased 14 pounds of black tar heroin. I'm sewing a pocket on your shirt,
Okay.
and we're going to leave the studio and put you on a flight with the black tar heroin just to see if this will work.
Okay.
And if it doesn't work, you don't know.
I'll just go to jail, and you'll have a new co-host.
No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul.
I'm down for that.
All right, we have to head to a commercial break. Before we go to the commercial break, we have a very important, earth-shattering announcement.
What is it?
It is Bob's birthday.
Oh, yes, it is.
Happy birthday, Bob.
It's party
Bob,
time.
the world's biggest fan of the Heard It on the X show. It is his birthday, and he was nice enough to him and Sharon. They showed up at my gig over on Dingus Day, and they had a blast. But happy birthday, Bob!
I wish we had that doll when it's your birthday and they
Bob
know you.
calls us, and he has a doll that just repeatedly says it's party time.
Yeah.
And he'll play it for 15 to 17 hours straight over the phone, like just nonstop.
Can you do the voice?
It's like real cheesy. It's like, it's party time, but it just says that. It's on a loop.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
And he'll just play it. He keeps pressing it.
All right, we're running late. We got to take a commercial break, and I'm very excited about this next segment. You are going to love this band. We're going to be interviewing the band Eli, and they're going to be performing in studio for us. Stick around, folks. Heard It on the